Welcome back to the Fresh Takes Podcast. It's a special Tuesday episode of the Fresh Takes Podcast. Today is sometime in September. I am Nicky Fresh. As always, the man, the myth, the legend, Paul Russo is in studio with me. Paul, how's it going today?
Hey, Nick's going good. Job well done on the intro, by the way.
You know?
Excellent job.
Yes. You're killing my spot.
I try.
Now you gotta say, we got a guess.
Now, we have a guest in the studio for you today. Feel as though I didn't do that as well as you. But,
No, it's all right. I didn't do as well as you either.
But
yeah, Pat, he always does his spot.
It's been
Spoiler alert.
It's been a while since he's been on.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Too long, my friend.
It's been 3 weeks. Sam Adams 2.
Sam Adams 2.
That's an inside joke.
Sam Adams 2. How's it going, guys?
For Spygate.
Touch.0.
Deflategate.
Pat, how's it going with you?
Yeah,
it's going, man. I was waiting for someone to ask. It got kind of awkward there.
Big week ahead for you, by the way. Get to head to Boston.
Yep, next week. This time next week, I'll be asleep in Boston. Maybe not. We'll see.
Hopefully our voices lull you to sleep.
Are you going to wear your Miami Dolphins stuff in Boston?
I'm not going to wear any Miami Dolphins stuff until at least 2023.
How much will it take for you to wear a Yankee shirt down Yankee way?
I will wear a Yankee shirt all day, every day, the 2 days I'm there.
Ooh.
It better not be the same shirt.
That'd be gross.
What if it is?
That's gross.
It's gross, Pat.
Okay, it'll be a different Yankee shirt.
In fact, it's to the point where I'm taking you off camera and just putting me and Nick in a side-by-side.
It'll be a different Yankee shirt, I promise.
We got a big show today.
Big show. Interesting topics. We're going to recap NFL. We're going to recap NCAA football for you as well. I will give you guys some review of some dome upgrades that are officially done in there. Not a big fan of the bathroom. Spoiler alert.
Really?
No, but we'll get to those. We broke some MLB injury news last week, but bigger names have also gone down in the past
bigger names
week.
than Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest name.
Biggest name. We had another big name today.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, come on, man.
It's been a rough week. Been a rough week for MLB injuries. And then the return of a final fresh take.
Just one.
Just one, though, today.
Just one.
But whose is it?
Or is it
only one way to find out. Stick with us until about 10:50 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
And you will find out. Anyway. Anybody want to lead? Anybody want to lead, or you want me to lead?
You know what? I'm tired of leading.
Okay.
Pat, lead.
What am I leading? The NFL
Lead?
recap? Oh, God. Where should we...
Off to a great start.
Well, I don't know where to start with this.
I'll start. NFL Week 2.
Let the master do his thing.
Yeah, I don't know where he wants me to go with
Too much.
Quite the interesting week around the league, if I do say so. Some news during the weekend. Some news officially here after the weekend. I want to start here because I'm pleasantly surprised through 2 weeks. Lamar Jackson continued to impress. He showed off his gun. Look, now, Pat's over here sulking. Because,
Are you sulking?
He's steaming, sulking. I don't know what the proper
steaming?
I'm not really sulking.
You gave me a stink eye. Either way.
Don't give him a stink eye.
Either way. Lamar, it's like what I said last week. Guy's got a chooch of an arm.
Is that good or bad?
That's good. No. In terms of throwing, having a chooch is good.
Since when is chooch?
You've never heard of a catcher in baseball having a chooch?
No.
Yeah.
I've heard of a catcher being a chooch.
Well,
I've heard of people being chooches.
A person being a chooch and having a chooch is two different things.
Okay. I just got one thing to say.
Oh, okay.
So, serious question here. Tom Brady lights up the Dolphins, and everyone's like, oh, well, it's the Dolphins. Lamar Jackson does it, and oh my God, he's amazing. Look at the teams Lamar Jackson
So you did have a stink eye.
Yes, I did. Look at the teams Lamar Jackson's played the first 2 weeks. He played Miami, and he played Arizona. Wait till he gets
I would say Brady lit up the Dolphins.
330 yards and 3 touchdowns isn't lighting a team up.
He had 264 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, I must be looking at the week
I
one
wouldn't say
stats.
Arizona's a bad team.
Yes, they are.
Tied the undefeated Detroit Lions.
Arizona's a bad team.
Colonel's defense is, pretty average.
Yeah, they're bad.
Wait until he has to play Pittsburgh's defense. The Patriots' defense.
Is there a reason why you said Pittsburgh's defense first?
Well, because they
Did they just add a new player to their defense from your team?
Yes, Nick. Yes, they got Minka Fitzpatrick. It's upsetting.
Anyway, Lamar had 272 yards and 2 touchdowns against
that,
him.
I guess. Yeah, well, Lamar Jackson he's still average at best in my opinion.
Wow.
He's the best. Oh, average.
Average at best. Go out and do this every single week, no matter who you're playing. Look what Mahomes does. He does this every single week, no matter who he's playing. Lamar Jackson, what did he do in the playoffs against the Chargers? 9 yards and 3/4. Let me know when Lamar Jackson does this against a good defense. Let me know, and then I'll pay attention. Till then, he's average at best. He's still a running back in my eyes. I don't care what jokes he makes about it. That's crap.
Did run a lot.
He does run a lot.
I like Lamar Jackson.
I don't.
I think he's top 10. I think he's 9 or 10 right now. The way he's playing.
Thank you, Nick.
Because all he has to do is get the ball to the 50-yard line, 40-yard line, and they're going to get 3 points.
Probably Justin Tucker, it might as well be the 50.
Yes, with Justin Tucker, all he has to do is get to the 40-yard line of the other team. They're getting 3 points. That's a weapon. But he's another story. Joe Flacco's another story.
Joe Flacco, the kicker of the Ravens now.
Yes. I like Lamar Jackson. I like him 9 or 10. I don't like him top 5. But he surprised me. He surprised me. He ran the ball a little bit more in week 2. I don't know. He like Pat did say, that he played 2 shitty teams. Like Paul said, he thinks he's on board. I don't know yet. I am on board. But I like to see him play against the Chiefs this weekend. And then we got a different story.
What's the other story?
No, I mean, if he plays good against the
I see what you're
Chiefs,
saying, okay.
we got a different story.
I don't know.
We got a change of an opinion.
Give me Chiefs by like 17.
Okay.
Save that prediction.
Oh, sorry, I
forgot.
Sorry.
Where's this guy been? 3 weeks.
He's
He
gone
forgets
for
how
like
the
3
I'm
months.
sorry.
he forgets how the show works.
I haven't done a football episode in a year.
True.
Well, you go away for 3 months,
It's
But-
3 days.
I like Lamar Jackson. What does Jets got to jet mean? Jets?
Jets gonna jet. Well,
Sam
did
Darnold.
you guys? Yeah, did you guys see this? I say fantastic because it's about the most absurd graphic I think I've ever seen in my life. Sam Darnold out indefinitely mononucleosis.
I don't get what's so funny about that. That's the reason he's out.
No, it's just the way everything shook down with it yesterday.
But okay, he's got an illness and he's out for a few weeks.
So we're just not gonna.
I don't think. I mean, he's sick. What's funny about a guy being sick?
That wasn't what I was going down, but
I just don't understand what's so funny.
Pat, I think Paul had a reason. Can we please go back to Paul?
I don't. Yeah,
We'll come back to you.
Okay.
that was like a part of the reason. But then you get Trevor Siemian who gets hurt in a gruesome injury. Then you get your third stringer out there who, I mean, pretty much giving it to Le'Veon Bell, whether via handoff or dunk pass. And then you have this morning, Jamal Adams is deleting everything Jets related, apparently on his Insta and socials, while claiming he never did in the first place. But we have the receipts. The Jets are back to being the Jets. I love it. The only thing that would be better is if Rex Ryan magically showed up on that sideline somehow. It'd be fantastic.
That's very true.
Also, I wasn't talking about how he was like sick. I'm talking about the absurdity of that graphic that ESPN put up.
If it's the graphic I'm thinking of, it was literally their next like 4 or 5 games with Sam Darnold's picture, what his like injury is, and then how long he's out for. I still don't understand what's
You're
absurd
talking
about
graphics.
that graphic.
Did you see a graphic about their kickers last night? That was pretty funny.
I like how they were all like in the kick line. That was funny. That was good.
That
I
was
did like
good.
I did like that.
You saw their graphic on the Jets kickers.
No, see, that's an absurd graphic. Not just showing Sam Darnold what he's out for in the next 5 games.
I like those.
That was good.
They were so happy.
Yeah, getting back to the Jets, apparently Luke Falk knows this offense better than Darnold and Trevor Siemian, so why he's a third-string quarterback. That's the Jets being the Jets. The guy that knows the offense the best is your third-string quarterback. Not Jamal Adams deleting stuff. That's just a prima donna football player getting mad over nothing at Jalen Ramsey.
But if we're going to talk the Daniel Jones era...
Yeah, let's get to the Giants fan.
And if you're a Bills fan, I know this is absurd that we're talking Jets and Giants before your undefeated Bills, but we're going to do it. The Daniel Jones era is going to start on Sunday against Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay.
Two of your favorite quarterbacks going at it.
Also, this was before we go on. This was the original graphic that ESPN showed before the. There we go. Before the game thing, where it's just this.
Okay.
Just.
It looks like a PowerPoint presentation.
Just, I mean, how ridiculous. Anyway.
I mean,
back to
okay.
Yes. Daniel Jones, I think...
Daniel Jones' team to win now.
Yes, I think Daniel Jones is going to help out this team. I don't know if it's going to help out the wins.
4-12.
But I like that we finally have a quarterback that can run outside the pocket, give our receivers get a chance to get open. But he does look a lot like Eli. But he's an Eli that can run. And I'd love to see Eli get traded. It sounds like he's not going to go to Jacksonville, even though I would like to see him go to Jacksonville. But I want to see Eli get traded and play out somewhere else to end his career. I'm excited. I don't know how it's going to happen. I think he's got a nice first game. I don't know what you guys think.
Say it with me. Eli Manning, quarterback, New York Jets.
Eli Manning, quarterback, New York Jets.
Oh, wait, that was a serious thing?
No, not really. I'm just like, being whatever.
Yeah. But if there's another storyline, Pat, are you excited for Daniel Jones?
I kind of am. It's about time that... So here's the thing. Because I'm kind of hoping the Dolphins are going to do this too. You took this guy 6th overall. Take Daniel Jones 6th overall. Because you pinpoint he's our guy for the future. You feel like he's not going to be there with, what was it, the 17th pick, so you take him while you can. You got to see what he's got. You're 0-2 to start the year. Clearly the team isn't going anywhere. No offense. They're not really
very offensive.
They're not going to go anywhere this year.
I mean, it's the NFC East.
They're not really going to go anywhere this year. Now, maybe Daniel Jones takes him on a run. So clearly your payoff is going to be immediate. Let's say they don't go anywhere. The payoff is he gets experience so that next year he can do what Josh Allen's going to do this year. Sam Darnold is expected to do this year. Lamar Jackson's doing so far this year, which I still, the whole Lamar Jackson thing, but whatever. That's the goal right now, is get Daniel Jones that experience. It's going to pay off. Come next year, 2 years, 3 years down the road, when it's him, Saquon, Evan Ingram, all really coming into their prime, into their best years, along with whoever's still there, with either Sterling Shepard, whatever the other Shepard's name is, if Golden Tate's still kicking around.
TJ Jones.
Yeah, you never know if they have a high enough draft pick. They could snag Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama, have another dynamic receiver there for Jones. You never know what can happen.
I want Pat to keep talking. Say stop so he can read what I wrote. Pat finally laughs at the joke I make all the time.
So I do like the start of the Daniel Jones era. They had to do it at some point this year. I'm happy that it's sooner rather than later.
Hell yeah, brother. Now, is there a topic that Paul did not write that interests you in week 2? Something that stood out in week 2.
Well, I think the one he's saving for later on.
I got one.
Oh, okay. All right.
I am very impressed the way Antonio Brown played in week 2. Because I got him on my fantasy team.
It's Miami's defense. But Brady and him have a nice connection, and I think that connection can get him to the playoffs. I think that connection is going to run the table.
I think that connection can win the division, get them to the playoffs, and go to the Super Bowl.
I know the 1972
For the 12th time in last.
I know the 1972 Dolphins like celebrating every year when the last undefeated team goes down. I don't know if that's happening this year.
Are you an Antonio Brown fan?
I do like AB as a player. As a player.
As a person. He's going to see this.
Not so much. Next question.
No comment.
As a person, he's...
Pat, I have a question in all honesty because you're the only person in this room I think who can fairly answer this.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like knowing that your favorite team has the possibility this year of being, in history, the only true undefeated team, while also now having, I think, a very legitimate shot at being the only winless, not the only, but being a winless team?
I will not talk about the Dolphins until after they screw up the 2020 first-round draft picks.
Wow.
Next question, please.
The Dolphins will not be blown out in all 16 games because last time I checked, they have the New York Giants on their schedule.
And they have the Jets, probably without Darnold for at least one of those games. They still have the Bills, who for whatever reason they always play tough.
What do you mean for whatever reason? They suck.
They still have the Steelers without Roethlisberger.
Here we go.
They got some pretty bad teams on the schedule.
Mason Rudolph looked pretty good.
The Dolphins are going to win 3 games this year.
I don't know about 3. I'll give them 2.
Oh.
The Giants,
I'm sorry.
The Giants' chances of beating the Dolphins went up with Daniel Jones going
I'm
into the
sorry I
starting
pushed
lineup.
the expectations way higher than you.
Also, keep in mind, the Dolphins are playing a second-place schedule because they did come in second last year in their division, so they got some tough games, but like I said, you got the Giants, you got the Jets twice, possibly without Darnold both games, which is going to be Luke Falk. I'm so terrified.
But he
of
knows
Luke
the
Falk.
offense.
He knows the offense.
So
very well.
let me pose the question to you guys here since we're going down this path a little bit. I want to pose it. I didn't put it in here. Which team at this point do you feel has the best shot at making, I'll say, a playoff run? Because, I mean, you really don't know in football for the most part. Do you have the Jets who, wherever they decide to go quarterback-wise, whether they stick with Luke Falk or they bring someone in, Steelers with Mason Rudolph, obviously the Saints, Drew Brees is going to miss, my guess will be 7 to 8 weeks. They're saying 6, but I think it will probably be a little bit longer. With what my guess will be Teddy Bridgewater for the most part. You might see some Taysom Hill. Out of those 3, who do you feel has the best shot?
At a playoff run?
I'd say making the playoffs at this point. I think for me, if I had to say, I'd say the Saints, only because you're going to get Brees back and you know that you're going to get him back at some point.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the Saints. They got the most talent on their team. And Brees is coming back. Darnold is coming back.
To say you don't know when, though.
But the AFC, you would think it would be the Jets because the AFC is weaker than the NFC. But by the time Darnold comes back, I think the Jets will be out of it. So I'm going to go Saints. And who was the other one?
Steelers and Jets.
Yeah, not high in the Steelers. I don't know what this Mason Rudolph dude, but
I wasn't high in
the offense wasn't working with Big Ben, so I'm concerned.
I wasn't high on the Steelers with Big Ben. They lost Brown, so you're going to double Juju, and now all of a sudden your best receiver is James Washington. I'm like, okay. Also, throwing this out there.
No, it's a
I'm
camera.
talking over here, guy.
Also,
Yeah, guy.
Just
My
to
bad.
throw this,
Some
throwing this
local
out there
news
because you
happened.
brought up the Saints.
Yeah.
You brought up the Saints, the AFC being easy for the Jets and all that stuff. The Saints division is Tampa Bay, who's rarely ever in it. Atlanta, who, other than their Super Bowl trip 3 years ago, is rarely ever in it. And Carolina, who might not have Cam for a while. The Saints could realistically lead that division 6 weeks from now when Drew Brees comes back. They could
true.
still get a home game in the playoffs before they have to travel anywhere. They could still have to have a team come to New Orleans, play them at home in that dome that gets absolutely crazy, and have to try to, dethrone them.
I agree. Especially Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Struggle.
If Cam can get fully healthy, then I think the Panthers could hang around long enough to give the Saints a little bit of a run. But once Brees comes back, it's going to be over. That man is Drew Brees is 5'8" of awesomeness.
That's a nice word.
Thank you.
He'll appreciate that.
But even then, you got Sean Payton. You got Teddy Bridgewater and Taysom Hill are 2 extremely mobile quarterbacks. You got Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. You got the addition of Jared Cook. You got Traquan Smith or whatever his name is, they're just loaded. They are loaded on offense. He's going to find a way. He'll find a way to keep him in this for a while.
Yep.
So.
And Pat,
Yeah.
you made some great points
Okay.
and some great picks.
Okay.
And I think it is time to pick.
Yeah.
But I do have to say this one thing. I did keep track of our picks in week 2. I am going to keep track throughout the season. We did not make picks week 1. We were previewing the divisions. We did not make picks for week 1. So we made picks for week 2. And me and Paul tied 8-8.
True.
I feel like a celebrity guest picker for college game
Yep.
day right
And
now.
And here we go. We got Matthew McConaughey.
So Thursday
We'll do the
night,
Dolphins last.
Thursday night game this
Do we have
week,
to?
Titans at Jaguars. I'll go Titans, I think.
I like the Jaguars at home.
Tighten up. I don't think that's a thing, but Titans.
I think it actually is a thing.
We're going Tennessee.
Somebody look at the hashtag.
Tennessee by a landslide.
Our
Oh, here we go. Bellinger land.
Our first Monday game, 1 p.m.
Our first Monday game?
Monday or Sunday game, my bad.
I was like, is there more on Monday?
Yeah.
Dolphins at Dallas.
It hurts me. Dallas by a landslide.
I got Dallas in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go Dallas as well.
Oh, you're not taking Miami?
Yeah, this guy. Can we just say he was 8-8, but he took Miami?
He could have a 1-game lead if he was smart. If he thought that pick through.
Seriously. And if he's not bitter towards the Packers, he could have a couple games. You know?
Lions at Eagles.
Still one game.
Oh. Lions at Eagles.
I'm going Philly.
I got Philly.
I'll also take Philly.
But the Lions are undefeated. Remember that. They are undefeated.
Will they be the only 1-1-1 team if they lose this week? That's a good question.
Well, that's a good point. Arizona could win to make
Arizona
it.
could win.
We'll get there, though.
Okay.
Bengals at the Bills.
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
Bengals are winless, right? They are. They're 0-2.
I think Andy Dalton's going in and beating them in
I was
Buffalo.
about to say that, too.
Picking the Bengals.
Give me Cincy.
Give me the Bills to start 3-0.
I just don't see it.
Neither do I.
We have the Jets at Foxborough to face the Patriots.
Patriots by 45.
Yeah, Patriots.
Do you see they're a 22.5-point favor last night?
Dallas is a 21.5.
Wow, breaking
We thought the
MLB
18-19
news.
was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking MLB news. Kevin Biggio is hit for the cycle.
The team's on?
Cool.
Toronto.
Awesome.
And I got the Patriots, by the way.
Yeah.
Patriots.
Patriots as well. The matchup that Pat wants to see, Ravens at the Chiefs.
I said it earlier. Chiefs by 17.
I think it's going to be a good game,
No.
but the Chiefs are going to
It's
win.
not going to be that good of a game.
Give me Chiefs as well. Falcons at the Colts. Now, this is a weird game. I saw the early lines today. Falcons are a 4-point dog.
What was it?
4.
No, what was the game? I'm sorry.
Falcons at Colts.
I mean, did you see the way Indy played Tennessee last week on the road? Can you really blame them?
Yeah.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking Indy. That defense is solid.
I'm taking the Falcons.
I think there's a reason they're an underdog. Indy's winning this game, and Adam Vinatieri is going to hit a game-winning field
I'm a
goal.
Indy's
lone
defense
wolf.
is solid.
Yeah.
Okay,
Atlanta's-
we've had like 3 lone wolves so far. So.
Raiders at the Vikings.
Vikings.
Give me Derek Carr. Raiders.
I'm going to take the Raiders as well.
I think Paul's a little bitter towards his Vikings in his parlay last week.
Don't get me started on that. Not just the Vikings.
Next.
I can't be mad at the Vikings. That wasn't the last game to end.
Lone
Let's see,
Wolf.
where are we? Our last 1 o'clock game, Broncos at Packers. Give me the Packers.
Oh, yes!
Wow.
He picked them. Give me the Packers. There's going to be a lot of Lambeau leaps come on Sunday.
Packers.
Our first 4:05 game, Panthers visit Arizona.
Kyler Murray gets his first career win.
This is tough because if Cam plays, I want to take Carolina. You know, I'm gonna go with the pretense of Cam playing, so I'm taking Carolina.
I'm going to take Carolina as well with Pat, but same thing as him. If Cam's playing, I think Panthers definitely win.
I mean, I think the Panthers will win regardless. It's just with Cam, it's going to make it an easier.
Your pick lock's in now.
Okay, so the Panthers.
Damn it. Yeah, Panthers. The second of two 405 games, technically. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers host the New York Giants.
Give me Danny Dimes. I think the Giants get their first win of the season.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
I'm going with the Giants. I'm with Nick.
Danny Dimes is playing.
Jameis Winston, in his typical fashion, will throw 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and somehow.
So you like the Bucs 2-1?
I do. And then after that, about 4 in a row loss.
Well, speaking of teams 2-1, first 425 games, Saints at Seahawks.
No Breeze.
No
Breeze is going to be tough. It's even tougher there in Seattle without him.
Seattle.
But
Yeah.
Teddy Two Gloves.
There's just
I'm
some of
going
the fact
Seattle
that
too.
it's Teddy Two Gloves in Seattle. He hasn't started a game in God who knows how long. What was it, like 2-3 years now? And its first starts in Seattle of all places. Ooh.
Seattle?
I think Seattle's going to win.
Yeah, I'm on Seattle.
Pretty
too.
handily.
Landslide?
No, just handily.
And that's all the games for the week.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, I didn't hear your pick.
Oh, Seattle.
My bad.
No, it's good.
The Steelers go to San Francisco to play the 49ers.
Niners.
I'm not huge on Mason Rudolph, but I think Mason Rudolph's going to get a win this week.
Yeah, I'm with Nick on
Pittsburgh.
this one. I don't think the 49ers are as good as they're playing up to be right now.
I think Juju finally has a game.
Final 425 game, maybe potentially the game of the day, at least on paper. Houston at the Chargers. This one hurts me a little bit. Pat claims I'm a closet Texans fan.
I don't even think you're a closet Texans fan anymore. I think you are just a Texans fan.
This one pains me. This one pains me.
The gauntlet they have to go through in the AFC, and they were your Super Bowl pick.
I'm going Chargers.
The gauntlet that Houston has to go through and they're your Super Bowl pick is absolutely astonishing.
The Patriots are my pick.
It's going to really pain you, Paul. I'm taking the Texans.
Oh,
when I win.
Honest, I was going to take the Texans, too.
You taking them?
Yeah.
Chargers, I don't know.
Keenan Allen's going to score a touchdown,
They don't have back-to-back good seasons, Chargers.
yeah, that's true. I'm sticking with it. I said it off the bat. Sunday night game, the Rams go to Cleveland.
Rams in a landslide. You want the landslide? This is going to be your one.
Rams get by a landslide.
I woke up feeling dangerous. Give me the Browns.
Okay.
I got a feeling. Monday. This is such a bad Monday night game. Bears at Redskins.
Who are you going with?
The Bears.
Bears are going to win probably the most boring Monday night game this year, like 10-6 or something.
Why?
Oh, wow.
We gotta watch because it's not going to come down to a field goal for Chicago.
The Redskins are winning this game. It's Monday night. They're home. Adrian Peterson's ready to play. I'm not high on the Bears this year. I think the Redskins get this done on Monday night. Okay. Case Keenum, baby. I looked it up. Case Keenum, 5th best fantasy quarterback right now.
Probably because he has like no interceptions.
And you know what this means?
That'd be a correct
You know what this means being a
statement.
Redskins? Lone wolf. Woohoo! Bark, bark. Lone wolf.
Was that a dog in the studio? That'll wrap off NFL. Then we'll move to the NCAA realm. Pat has his head in his face.
It's disappointing if you're a Miami fan at all right now.
Why? I'm confused. They played Bethune-Cookman.
They kill him.
Yeah, they won. Like, what are you upset about?
The fact that they're not going to have a chance at the college football playoffs.
I'm confused. This is...
It's all right. Did you come back down to earth yet?
Yeah, I did. What do you mean?
Paul, you went to the Syracuse game. How was it?
You
went to the
Yeah,
Syracuse?
Clemson dominated, I'd say,
was
especially the second half.
What was the score?
It was 41-6.
Oh, that's right.
But Syracuse had a chance. If
Yeah.
Tommy DeVito doesn't throw that interception after the interception, and the one guy, the second interception, he showboats. That's why if you watch the replay, he's showboating. Could have easily gotten in there.
All DeVito had to do was throw the ball away, and you want to know what he did instead? Look, a Clemson defensive back. Let me chuck it at his face.
Okay.
I'm just
Anyway,
saying. I'm sorry.
Paul,
I didn't think it was a complete wash of a game. I thought Syracuse's DBs looked really good.
You had a nice
All things
picture at the
considered.
game, though.
Thank you. Yes, I was. They had one of those Google things, and
Anyway, you can pull it up.
I can try while you guys. Anybody
Yeah,
want
talk to
discuss?
Pat. What do you think of the Clemson-Syracuse game?
I don't know many people that would say a 41-6 loss is not a complete wash. I thought the Hurricanes' loss to UNC was a complete wash. But I mean,
Really?
hey, to each his own, I guess. You lose 41-6 to the best team in the country, and I guess you just kind of brush it off after saying that your favorite team's going to be in the college football playoff. But,
What's Syracuse's outlook for the rest of the season now?
Pinstripe Bowl.
Why is it always the Pinstripe Bowl?
Because that's what Cuse gets when they don't have a senior quarterback.
True.
It's not letting me kind of get to.
I don't know. I mean, their outlook is looking the same as the Hurricanes. You're going to be right around that 6-6, 7-5 range. You should have known you're in trouble when you only beat Liberty 24-0 and your quarterback threw 2 interceptions against them.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, you got it?
I don't know. I really don't care that much about Cuse. Right now, it's Clemson against everyone else for the ACC as usual.
I got a lot of questions that are going on in my
So.
section, by the way, that I've noticed.
Really?
Yeah. So well, hold on here. Let's start. I need to figure out right because you gotta get the window right for the. Okay. So there I am.
Oh, okay.
Got Jim with us, Jim Spina.
To the right of the picture.
Yep. I'm right here, in the center, the fat guy. Yeah, this was taken while I still had some hopeless optimism in the team.
When was that? What quarter?
Second or third. But I have a lot of questions in reference to some people here in my area. We have this guy.
He's mocking you.
Not 100% sure what's going on.
He was 38
Look at the
beers
guy
deep.
to the right below him.
To
Easy
the right.
on him.
Which guy to the right? Oh wait, this guy right here.
Yeah.
The guy questioning things.
Yep.
We got a lot of other.
One dude's covering his face by taking a picture, it looks like. It's like, haha, you guys will never know it's me, but I will know it's me.
Let's see. There's some interesting other ones here. You can tag yourself in these, by the way, and the security guy tagged himself with his back turned.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't want to tag myself in that. I don't want everyone on Google to know
And that
who
was
I
the
am.
first sellout in a while.
Yeah, first sell since '98. Look at this happy-go-lucky squad over here.
So Cuse is, what's their record now?
1 and 2.
So
Yeah,
where's your
that's right.
seat? In the back?
My seat. Well,
He's standing on his seat.
no, I'm actually standing, not on my seat. There's like a perch next behind the final row between the wall.
So he's
That's what I'm
standing.
saying. Technically, my seat is row N, seat 9. So somewhere in the realm of the guy pointing with the orange S shirt right here, somewhere in that range is where I'd be sitting.
Oh. Was that Jim's seat way back there?
Yeah. Oh, also, the guy in front of us was literally just chewing a cigar the whole time. Don't know who he is, but he was an awesome dude, but he was literally chewing a cigar. So
Now, how many of those people made it to the end of the game?
I don't know. We left early. We admittedly left early, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Paul. Left early.
Yeah, hey.
Your first game as a season ticket holder, and you leave early.
Our bad.
Is it because of the score?
Somewhat, yeah. We'd seen enough.
Yep.
They knew it was over. Should have known it was over at kickoff. But.
Anyway. I don't know if you guys really saw the Iowa State game, El Saskico, or however they pronounce it.
The game day.
Game day game. Disappointing. They had a weather delay in there, so obviously that didn't help matters.
Who won?
But Iowa won 18-17.
They're the ranked team, too.
Kind of
aren't they?
ugly, yeah. Kind of some ugly gameplay.
Where was it? Iowa State?
Iowa State. Ames, Iowa.
Iowa State's been an outside. They've been like a dark horse that a lot of college football experts were picking to win the Big 12. And obviously it doesn't look like it's going to happen now. But they were a dark horse. A lot of, Kirk Herbstreit was picking them. He said if Oklahoma doesn't come out of here, look at Iowa State.
Yeah, they're not the
Granted,
state team I would have picked.
That was after Texas had lost to LSU. So after Texas had lost, they were saying, well, who can compete with Oklahoma? Now seeing this happen after Texas got trounced by LSU at home.
Go Pokes.
And they were saying Iowa State because apparently they're like the only team with a legitimate defense in the Big 12. Because we know the Big 12 defense is god-awful. It doesn't look like it's going to happen after a loss to Iowa, but you never know. You never know. They could find a way to pull a couple out. But yeah, there's that for Iowa State.
Thanks for the breakdown.
Yeah.
I'd say the other big headline is probably Felipe Franks more than likely done for the year. I haven't seen any.
No, he's officially been ruled out for the year.
I didn't see that report. That's why I said more than likely. But that certainly throws a wrench, I'd say, in Florida's plans this year.
They weren't going anywhere with him.
Well, yeah, but you never know the way the football bounces every now and then. So,
Never know how the cookie crumbles.
certainly looks like it's probably Georgia's side of the conference to take now for sure, as if it wasn't already. Pat's usually our Southeast football expert, at least regionally, not the actual conference. But I know he wasn't.
You're our
he's not all that
Northeast,
impressed.
Southeast expert.
No, he's
I
the
guess.
Southeast expert. Like we have Matt, who's the West Coast expert.
Yeah. I mean, Georgia doesn't impress me. They really
Wow.
don't. Every year people say it's the same Alabama. It's the same Alabama. What's Georgia done to make themselves better than Alabama? Same quarterback. Jake Fromm doesn't have a big arm. I know he's not flashy, but he's not going to beat you with the long ball. Alabama's defense is still Alabama's defense, pro-ready. Saban's got him good to go. I think this is going to be a year that if and when Alabama and Georgia meet up in the SEC title game in Atlanta or wherever it's held, Georgia only scores last minute to get a garbage time touchdown. I think Alabama trounces them this year, whether it's Tua Tagovailoa, his brother, his dad, his grandfather, whichever Tagovailoa is the quarterback, it's going to go for like 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Now, here's a team I love. I want to know if you love them. Ohio State.
You're taking away my seamless transition.
Ohio State. They
look good.
I don't love them. Another team that a lot of people are high on that I will place money as flopping come week 8, Oklahoma. Jalen Hurts looks spectacular because they've played Oklahoma, A&M, and Texas State. Obviously, those weren't his two opponents. I'm making those schools up. Texas State's a real school. Texas State's a real school.
Texas State, if you're watching this, he is sorry.
I do apologize dearly. But Jalen Hurts' numbers are what Tua would have done the past 2 years had he played fourth quarters. Tua's numbers in the first 2 games are still better than Jalen Hurts' numbers while Jalen plays fourth quarters. And Oklahoma doesn't take their foot off the gas pedal. Alabama has. So it's hard for me to think Oklahoma's going to keep this up. They're not going to outduel Texas. I think Ellinger, whatever his name is at quarterback, I think he's going to put on a show against Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma State's going to put something to Oklahoma. I think Texas A&M might take some. I don't think A&M plays them anymore. Yeah, they do, right? I don't know.
Who?
The A&M, do they still play Oklahoma at all? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oklahoma's going to run into a lot. They're going to run into a just
Maybe.
buzzsaw and they're screwed. I really don't see them coming out of anywhere.
Go Pokes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's that.
like I said, Nick took away my seamless transition because his Notre Dame Fighting Irish are on the road to play Georgia this weekend and their game day this week.
I like how I was just saying with Georgia.
Oh, I'm big on Notre Dame.
I like
points
Notre
especially.
Dame winning this game by a couple touchdowns.
I'm big on the points with them, by the way.
Well, because the one thing, I know I just brought up Jake Fromm. A lot of people are saying Notre Dame's not as fast as Georgia. Can't keep up with Georgia.
Yo, Ian Book is a problem.
Well, what I was going to say is Georgia's got Jake Fromm, and he's not beating you deep, so how's he beating you? If you take away his short little passes, take away slant routes, Georgia's not going to beat you. Georgia, I don't understand how they've gone as far as they have. I don't think Georgia has that good of a program.
You guys want a decent upset alert pick for the weekend?
Central Michigan over Miami?
No.
Because that probably will be.
No.
They gave him a challenge last year.
No. I don't know if it's technically whatever, but App State over UNC.
Who?
Appalachian State over UNC.
Oh.
UNC's getting a little too high. They're on their high horse for I don't even know what reason.
That's what I'm saying.
Oklahoma does not play Texas A&M.
Dang it. But I know they got Texas and Oklahoma State. Those are going to be 2 losses. Mark it right now. Jalen Hurts is going to return to his flopping on his face at Alabama against Alabama State. Needing Tua to save him, but Tua's not there.
So here's my opinion. Sorry to interrupt.
Very good. I was actually finishing up.
I think Notre Dame is going to be in a nail-biter this weekend. I'm never going to be confident when Notre Dame plays a big-time game because I've seen them lose them a lot. And not too often other than USC and Stanford and Michigan State do they win a big-time road game. If you don't count those ones. Not too often do they win a big-time road game against especially an SEC team. This is a big SEC team. They lost to them by 1 point in Notre Dame 2 years ago. And here they are playing again. I think it might be only the second time they've ever played. And it's a big game. Fromm versus Book. I don't know whether to from it or book it. But it should be a good game. Don't want to get my hopes up. I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to see how Notre Dame's defense does against that Georgia offense, and how that Notre Dame defense does against that, or that Notre Dame offense does against that Georgia defense. So I'm excited for the game.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah, it will be. Don't think they're going to win by 2 touchdowns, but that would be nice.
It would be. There's. What was it? Notre Dame hasn't had like a road one against a top 5 or something like that opponent in like 20 or something years. Every streak's got to come to an end.
And Georgia has not lost at home since 2016.
Yeah, every streak's got to come to an end. So, I think
the Globetrotters.
I think it's time.
And the Globetrotters lose the game.
Yeah. I think it's time. Notre Dame's going to get one against Georgia. They're going to snag it. Book it, Dano. Ian, book it.
Okay.
Speaking of time.
Yeah.
We are going to discuss quick. By discuss, it's probably going to be mostly me.
Yeah, because we didn't go to the Dome.
We were not there.
Yeah,
I cannot speak on the Dome.
So yeah, I'm here to review. I'm here to review the upgrades that are already done at the Carrier Dome. If you plan on going at all, obviously within the next few months. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I was in a couple bathrooms at the Carrier Domes. The troughs are still there. Very disappointed.
Were they supposed to go?
Some of them were.
They're supposed to magically disappear.
Did some go?
I don't know. The ones I was in were not. They were still there. Positives, though. I really like the express option food thing that they have. Supposed to provide healthier options. Certainly seemed like that was the case. All the water was sold out at the one I was at. All the wraps were pretty much sold out. All the hummus with pretzels was pretty much sold out. So that was pretty good. The nachos looked pretty much the same. I didn't have those.
What did you eat?
Dome
dog?
Actually, I didn't eat anything at the game. We tailgated. So I was pretty much set in that regard. Had a couple beers. But
no dome dog.
No dome dog. I will probably have one this weekend. Noon game this time. So definitely at least a dome dog. Probably. But it seemed like, I need to give a lot of credit in all this to the staff at the Dome. Like the ushers, security, and the concession workers. They did really quick jobs for the most part, for what they had to deal with this past week. Especially a big tip of the cap to the guys and girls up front, handling the security, like bad checks and ticketing. With the cranes and what they're doing, they had to shut down a couple of the gates. And so they had to they pushed the perimeter out a little bit, which helped relieve the stress a little bit, I think, coming in. So I think that was something really cool. I didn't get over to the other side where we're at. I didn't get over to the other side of the Dome where they have the cookie stand that we talked about last week. Nobody near me got one, so I'm not too sure. If somebody that listens knows about it, feel free to leave a comment. Kind of same thing with the pretzel and popcorn as well. The only popcorn I saw near me was the standard box one that you get.
And this will all be available for basketball games as well?
Yeah. This, as far as I know, no, they didn't say otherwise, you know what I mean? So that will be I know I think a lot of it's more or less the nostalgia part of it. I know a couple people were upset that Sbarro was no longer at the Dome. Like I said, I didn't get anything to eat at the Dome this time, only because we tailgated, but I saw a couple people who got the pizza that they're now doing in-house at the Dome. It actually looked really good. Like I said, I'm not sure wait time-wise what it was at. I didn't, kind of go to the one specific pizza place. But it looked like, at least at the general ones, they were getting out pretty good. The thing, too, is you can kind of tell, I think, for the most part, too, that, like I mentioned, the express options that they have there, and they did a really good job of getting people through. I thought, a little bit that there might be some hang-ups there, because that's really the true only, I'll call straight-up new thing that they got, at least in regards to, food and not doing something before. And the couple that I went by seemed they were doing a really good job kind of getting everybody through, restocking, when they had stuff to restock and when they still had stock to do so. So overall, I'd say pretty good. Just less troughs, more urinals. Any questions?
No, sounds like I should go.
Yeah. I mean, you're going Saturday, right?
Yep. I am. I'm making my debut for the troughs.
No. Troughs. You kidding me?
The new troughs.
They're not new. All right, then we'll head to the final straight-up topic for the night. Baseball injuries, big names going down. Yelich and Trout headline. Today, Jason Kipnis officially ruled out for the year.
Jason Kipnis is a big name.
I know what? Screw you. Also, Lucas Giolito done for the year as well.
Chris Archer
get shut down.
Felipe Vasquez.
Vasquez wasn't an injury. Get out of here. You want to know what? Go to the penalty box.
That's another story for outside the line, outside the Finger Lakes lines.
But it sucks to have like these big names down the stretch, especially the ones still in a playoff race, like a Yelich or Kipnis. Man, we broke the Yelich news last week. Oh, God,
but the person we want to hear talk about injuries is your guy to your right.
There he is.
And Mr. Michael Trout.
Trout went down. It's very upsetting. The best player in baseball is injured once again.
Nolan Arenado?
Ha. He wishes he could be half the player Mike Trout is.
I mean,
but the sabermetrics.
The sabermetrics still support Trout being better. I looked up every single sabermetric stat.
Really? You took the time.
Trout's still the better player. Hey,
all
Mr.
Right.
Sabermetrics.
Yeah.
Trout's better in every stat.
Trout hasn't played a full season in like 5 years.
Is he better in every
stat? Wait.
Trout World Series rings? Playoff wins?
So here's the thing. Trout hasn't played a full season in 5 years. Still always comes at least second in the MVP votes. This year he's going to win it. Mr. Nolan Arenado plays a full season every single year. And how many MVPs does he have to show for it?
One.
Or second place? Or third place? Or fourth
tougher
place?
league.
Or fifth place? Or
Tougher
sixth
league.
place? Yep, Bregman. Altuve. You have literally the entire top 5 of the Astros lineup. Judge, when he's healthy. Shohei Ohtani when he's healthy. We're going to get back to him.
Did you say Shohei Ohtani?
He's not bad.
Yeah,
I hate to say that. Mike Trout.
It's almost like you forgot. You couldn't think of any other names. He said Shohei Ohtani.
That is true. Anyways, Mike Trout, who always is injured.
Mookie Betts.
Maybe not this year. Mookie Betts is stellar.
Anyway, about Trout.
It sucks. I love Trout. He's the best player in baseball. It's not even a discussion.
It seems like there is a discussion about it in this room.
One thing I want to bring up real quick with Yelich going down. There was a stat, not stat. It was a stat line I saw today.
Stat of the day.
That was
not
tough.
really a stat of the day. It's just a stat
I'm not a big
line I
Yelich
saw
guy, but
today.
that was tough to watch.
So yeah, I fractured my kneecap. It's not good. Anyways,
Same way?
You could have taken
No,
one of mine.
different
I don't
one.
know.
Dodgeball?
Yeah, I did during dodgeball. I got hit by a foam ball in the knee and fractured my kneecap. So, Anthony Rendon, side by side with Cody Bellinger, only has less home runs than him. He's got a better average. He's got better OPS. He has more RBIs. Anthony Rendon could make a case for NL MVP.
Thank you.
He could. Thank you. Shut up. You still think it's Yelich.
I brought up last week how his hot streak over the past month has propelled him in the conversation.
Rendon could take it. I still think at the end of the day they're going to look at Bellinger and be like, okay, look at your stat line. You're in LA and you have the best record in the National League.
Well, Bellinger's fallen off through August.
They're still going to look at the fact that he's in LA.
What about Pete Alonso?
No.
No?
No.
Nick, anything over there, Nick?
Just
Swing it to Nick, please.
you know, I'm gonna say the reason the Pirates didn't win this year is because of injuries.
You know, honestly, I'm with you on that one because I said at the beginning of the year that they were one of those toss-up teams where I thought that they did have some pieces to kind of make some noise, and for a little bit, I'd say through the first half, they were right in it still.
They were.
And then you get post All-Star break, and they got hit.
They were in a weak division, but
they did get dinged with the injury bug there post All-Star break off the bat.
Well, Bell struggled, and never saw Jameson Taillon pitch all season. But that's enough about the Pirates. We're talking about Trout here. Losing Trout is not a big deal at all. We're making it a big deal, and it's not. Regardless of what happens in the next couple weeks without Trout, Trout will still be up for the MVP, and the Angels will still not make the playoffs.
Good point.
So, is he MVP or is he not MVP?
He's the MVP. It's not even a discussion.
He's
the American League MVP. End of story.
Is Yelich MVP?
No.
It would be something if Yelich and Trout went MVP when two guys get hurt. Has that ever been done, Paul? Has two guys who are season-ending surgeries ever won MVP?
I don't think so.
There's your stat of the day.
Yes.
Call up the
so we'll
Elias
see.
Sports
We'll see what happens.
Let them know.
That's it for me with injuries. I'm still healthy.
That's good.
Same.
Lost my family.
Nice.
That takes us to the end of the show then. Oh no, not quite the end of the show.
We are bringing back the Fresh Takes
Final
segment.
Fresh Take, courtesy of Pat.
Yes, it is Pat. The surprise is over.
Blow up the team, Miami. Sell the team. Fire everyone. Trade everyone. Get them all gone. Rebuild through the draft and free agency. Xavier Howard last night made me cry. He tweeted the final scene of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That made me upset because him and Minka were tight. They traded Minka Fitzpatrick. They're keeping Xavier because he wants to play through all this adversity. He wants to play through these tough times. 30 other guys don't want to be there. Get rid of them if they don't want to be there. If they don't want to fight for that team, if they don't want to fight for that city, if they don't want to fight for what that organization stands for, blow it up. Start over next year. You got 3 first-round picks. 2 of them will be in the top 10. Let's ride. We'll talk to you next year.
Paul.
Wow.
I know you don't have a graphic.
Passionate.
But I have a breaking news final Fresh Take.
Hold on. Breaking news. Get
the little red light going. Breaking news final Fresh Take.
Let's hear it.
There's a big fantasy football matchup this weekend between the 1-1 Pat Russo and the 2-0 Paul Russo.
The king is back.
Who do you guys write in? Who do you think is going to win fantasy football? Do you think it'll be Paul or do you think it'll be Pat?
For the record, I want to let everybody that is watching and will watch this know, Paul and Nick Felice had 2 chances at taking Ezekiel Elliott, letting him slip to me, giving me Saquon Barkley and Ezekiel Elliott.
I have a follow-up to that. We did pass up on Zeke.
Y'all could have had Zeke.
But the guy that has Zeke is 1-1. The 2 guys he's making fun of us are 2-0.
Yeah, well, I'll see you guys when you're in the consolation bracket and I'm the number 1 seed.
That's a very big statement. We'll see.
Hey, Pat, you can kiss my rings.
Yeah, the king is dead.
The king is back.
We'll see
Anyway,
how confident he is after he loses by 50.
That takes us to the end of today's podcast. So thank you for tuning in, listening. Pat Pat usually when he comes on has a fun fact. See what he's got today.
So
Hashtag fun fact.
I'm sure some people know this already, but my fun fact for today: the unicorn is the national animal for Scotland.
Excuse me.
The unicorn is the national animal for the country of Scotland.
I have a fun fact about Pat, by the way, that you may not know. Pat, up until last week, had never heard the Norwal song before.
Nick, did you hear the Narwhal song ever?
I don't know.
Narwhals.
Okay, stop. Just
swimming in
Nick
the
shout
ocean.
out. Nick shout out. Let's go.
I do have a shout out for my new friend from Vermont, Paxton Boyer.
Hi, Paxton.
Wow.
She is the head lacrosse coach for all. Excuse me if I do not say this wrong. I am going to say this wrong.
You do not say it wrong.
Alderson Brodas University.
She's a college lacrosse coach.
She's a women's college lacrosse coach.
Awesome.
Shout out Paxton.
Good for
Shout
her.
out Paxton. She is doing some fantastic.
Good luck
stuff
this
year.
season.
Good luck.
Yeah, I hear her team is terrible,
Wow.
but she's going to turn it around.
Yeah.
She's going to turn it around. Shout out Paxton. She knows. She knows.
That was such an odd shout out. You know what? Just like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. I feel awkward, and I'm going to end it clumsily. We'll catch you here next week on the Fresh Takes Podcast.